Hey guys, welcome back to another replay cast. I was hanging out here in Thailand. Last night I met up with DeWalt. We had a beer and I had to ask him for this upcoming tournament, who do you think is your greatest competition? And he didn't hesitate at all. He said BONYTH. So I took a look in my archives here, and I have some replays from BONYTH that were sent to me by Dude Nerd from seawall.gg. And we're going to take a look at them today here. We've got quite a few games. So we're going to do a little bit of a deep dive into BONYTH's recent ladder games. These are all 2023 ladder games, so very, very recent. And we're going to get a good look at how BONYTH stacks up against the Korean legends that we have lined up for today. First up is going to be Light here in the top left, BONYTH down here in the bottom right. Of course, he is a Protoss player and a Russian Protoss at that, same as DeWalt. So, of course, I'm sure they do a lot of practice together. It's gonna be fire if we end up seeing DeWalt versus BONYTH in the finals in this BSL LAN party. That will be crazy. I'm really looking forward to that if it does end up happening. Not the biggest fan of PvP, but for that one, I am prepared. I will sit through for sure that PvP. That should be amazing. But let's just get into this game, guys. I want you guys to get hype for this BSL. I'll be sending posting about where you guys can watch. I'm not sure if I'll be doing any casting. Haven't got the final word on that yet, but I'll definitely be at the event and making some videos about it, talking to people, and just being part of the scene, which is amazing. Love to be involved in the Broodwar scene. There's such an amazing community. I'm really looking forward to checking out this LAN party. Anyway, I've talked enough about it. We've got standard openers here for both BONYTH and Light. We are on Invader. So you've got this secondary ramp here at the natural. Light opting not to go for a low ground, you know, a more expansionistic style here, like an early expand with no gas into the command center here. Possibly because it's more difficult to set up a good position with the barracks and the supply depot. So instead, he's going to pull one SCV and block the ramp here with 4 Marines. Should be more than enough to push back this Zealot. And he'll be able to come out here, push away the Zealot. First Vulture is out as well. He may even be able to kill it if BONYTH's not careful here. First Dragoon is arriving as well. And the bunker should start here momentarily. It is a rough fight. 1 Zealot, 1 Dragoon versus 4 Marines and a Vulture. You could end up losing that as the Terran player if your micro is not really good, dodging the Zealot and, you know, not taking too much damage on the Marines from that. So looks like BONYTH's going to come in here. No, he's just going to take a look, make sure that there is in fact a command center building, and I think he just saw that there was a bunker here at the front as well with his retreating vision. He's gonna come forward a little bit, just check, see what's going on, and now backing away from this position. BONYTH not going to put on too much pressure here, but he's also not going to take any damage either on his initial units, and his Nexus is down in pretty good time here. He's gonna be able to transfer probes immediately, whereas Light is still a little ways off from having this command center done, and we'll see where BONYTH wants to go from this position. He's already gone into a robotic, so pretty standard stuff out of him. Second gateway here as well. He can pump goons pretty much non-stop here while getting into his next layers of tech, which is going to be those observers to kind of hold off whatever's coming here from Light. And Light is actually pushing across the map right now. This is a scary push if you don't have Dragoon range. Like, let's say you went for very quick a Reaver here, you could be in a lot of trouble. But as long as you're producing Dragoons and you've got the range going, you should be fine. He's going to just run forward and possibly target down the tank. Looks like he will get the mine anyway. Got to target this mine right there. You cannot allow that mine to connect. There we go. Oh! Okay, does stop that mine as well. That was very close. But as you can see, not much damage really taken here by BONYTH. He lost one Zealot. That is it. And we've thrown away a couple of Vultures and all of the Marines. So this is very well handled by BONYTH. That was just a prodding maneuver here by Light. This was not expected to kill. Could have done quite a bit of damage had there been no range, but just a observer build here. No quick Reaver out of BONYTH, so he holds that easily. And now he's got map presence here with his first observer. He can come across the map and really start to clear out the mines around. It looks like this Vulture gonna slip in here, but 2 Dragoons are present. He just needs to move these. Make sure not to lose too many probes here. He's gonna lose 2. And 2 probes is the maximum, the total, so not bad. Gonna hold off. Running forward here, gonna jump on top of the bunker. I think there's only 1 Marine inside. Yeah, just 1 Marine's not enough to hold on. He's gonna lose the bunker. Oh, barely not. There's 5 Dragoons hitting that, so he should be able to kill that, but it's gonna take time. And that's just not a luxury that BONYTH has right now. Coming forward, trying to snipe a tank. Doesn't get it, even though he's got 5 Dragoons here. Good pulling back by Light, but with Marines, or with the SCVs in the mix here, you can end up blocking your own tanks, and some of these are low now. Doing some real damage is BONYTH. Killing off a few SCVs here and there. He's trying to get in and deal more damage. Really badly wants to kill one of these Dragoons, or one of these tanks, excuse me. Gonna run forward here, going on top of this tank. The one that's been sieged up is gonna get picked off. He loses 3 Dragoons for that privilege, but he's gonna jump forward once again, kill another tank. He gets a 3rd tank. Okay, this is actually pretty worth it now. I think 4 total Dragoons went down, but 3 tanks. 4 Dragoons for 3 tanks, not bad. Truly, pretty decent here for BONYTH. He's gonna take a tank shot, unfortunately, but should be able to back away now. His 3rd base is operational. He's looking at getting another base online here shortly. Has to be careful with this 1 Dragoon. Okay, he's gonna eat that mine. Loses 1 Dragoon for that, but should be fine here. No further gas is being added on just yet, and he doesn't have any defense over here, so he could lose quite a few probes. This is not good. Oh, he needs a pylon here, and he doesn't have one. Dragoons are going to come down. Another probe goes down. He has the probe advantage right now, but looks like it's going to even up here with continuous production of SCVs from Light. Just about on par with BONYTH right now. Now, BONYTH really needs to take advantage of the early tank kills here. He knows that Light will not be able to push for quite some time. So going for a 4th base here is going to be pretty safe if he gets it down right away. Get into his production, really start to get the gateways out here as well. Get around the 60 to 65 probe mark and prepare for the push out that will eventually come. Back at home, I believe this is +2 on the way here for Light. And +1 armor is coming up as well. Where's that 2nd armory? Am I missing it? There it is, up in the top left-hand corner. The tech is going to be Reaver here for BONYTH. Sending in the first Reaver shuttle here with 2 Zealots as well. He knows where the Goliaths are right now, but now as the Goliaths retreat, maybe he can still slip in here. I think he needs to come around this side and dump into the back of the main. No! What are we doing? Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. BONYTH, you were looking poised to take down Light here, my friend. What happened? Just ran right into the natural here where all the Goliaths were. Immediately shut down. And, you know, Light sees that happen. Easy 3rd base take here. This like changes the math of everything. And it's all the signs are pointing in Light's favor after that kill. Looks like he's gonna lose his barracks, which is a bit annoying. He's only got 4 factories back at home, so you have to recreate a barracks. Getting harassed here from the high ground as well. Oof, losing 2 Dragoons there for free. It's a little bit rough. He does need to back up just a little bit more. He's trying to set up some buildings here to make a wall. And he's taking the space, but he's pre-11 minutes. He's going to have this base down. So a good third base timing here for Light, and he is fully in this at the moment. BONYTH has thrown away quite a bit of that early advantage. I tell you, if the Goliaths were here killing an observer and he flies in here, he could have maybe picked this off. It takes some time for the Goliaths to run back, and you can't run just pure Goliath up against a Reaver. The Zealots and Reaver could end up killing this this all-important armory here. Okay, actually, that one's not that important. This one back here is, so maybe you land here, shoot into the middle of this. That could be a game changer, but now we've got no Reaver. Okay, there's the next Reaver that's popped out. And BONYTH, man. He's really made this game hard for himself. He's gotten to the position that I was talking about earlier with 71 probes, going up to 72. So he's going a little ham with the probes, but he has triple Stargate here. Okay, triple Stargate, and the gateways are coming online as well. This would be a lot stronger if he'd actually done damage and slowed down this third base, but I'm a little bit afraid for him right now. On the other hand, though, Light is not making any Goliaths right now. I don't think he's aware of this. We'll have to keep an eye out to see if he actually scans down in the main base, because triple carrier, that ramps up pretty fast. If the first 3 carriers are out and the second 3 are on the way, before Light even moves out, we might be in a really bad position here as our Terran player. Coming around the top side. Oh, okay, I gotta check this. Okay, he scans it. He sees it. He knows what's going on here now. This is a big moment for Light. Ooh, turning around really quickly here. He's got to drop this somewhere. Dropping the Zealots here. Gonna take one shot with the... Oh, is it gonna connect? Gets 1 SCV. That's not exactly what BONYTH was looking for. Really wanted to get more damage than that. Again, I feel like over here is great. Main base doesn't have very much. You can fly through here, get up into the main and deal some damage, or drop right here with the Zealot and then, you know, take a shot at the SCVs. Coming in this direction seems like a funny maneuver, but he's been losing observers the whole time, so we got to give BONYTH some credit for finding any damage at all. He hasn't been able to see what his opponent's doing because he's lost so many observers here. 10 Zealots on the way, 2 carriers coming out right now, 3 actually on the way here. And this timing might just be the right moment here for Light to hit. He's coming in just as the next 3 carriers are coming out, and he's already getting on top of the rallies, getting in towards this natural here. He's going to be able to contain BONYTH while killing this base up here on high ground. He just needs to get to this position and he can kill this Nexus here, and there's no way to run these probes either. So BONYTH is just gonna have to lose all those probes. He's trying to get Zealot speed here. He needs to buy time for Zealot speed to finish, and he needs to buy time for his carriers. Carriers are building up right now. Looks like he's gonna run out and go for a counterattack. I like this idea. I think it's just a little bit slow though. Had he been running out his whole army towards this counterattack a little bit earlier, he might have actually done something here, but I don't think this is going to get too much done. Now dropping a Reaver here in the mineral line of the third base. Going to get a big shot. Oh, does not connect. And the Reaver's going to go down basically for free. Natural is going to be killed. Third base is going to be killed here. Carriers, where are they? They're hanging out over this base here. The third base, army coming in for BONYTH. Just going to evacuate the position is Light. So realizing that he's shut down 2 bases, that's going to be enough for now. He just needs to back up and not allow this natural to do critical damage, or this counterattack to do critical damage to him. Here are the carriers now going to be sending out their interceptors. This is a lot of tanks that are not being defended If he can pick off like all of these tanks right now, this could actually turn on its head once again. BONYTH might bring himself back into a good position, although he's only on 39 workers here. He's got a good number of carriers, and he's got some rallies to work with as well. Meanwhile, Light's actually sending a lot of his army back home, and the army that went for the counterattack, which shut down Light's third base, has come back here, and it's going to crush this army. Really well done here by BONYTH. Now he can retake some bases, and he can start to really clean up the map of these tanks, this retreating army, and now go on the offensive with the carriers as well. We can get up here and maybe shut down this base. That's so many carriers. I think we've got six carriers right now. That's pretty sick. Go ahead and check. Yeah, 6 carriers. Sorry guys, I'm not on my regular setup, so it's a little bit hard for me to control everything with the replay. Oh, he lost this space though. Damn, that sucks. Losing this one is very rough. He's only mining off 2 mineral patches right now, and then long distance everywhere else. That's very rough. Light is actually ahead in supply here because of this, but you cannot underestimate the power of the carrier. Here we go. Flying in here. There's a lot of vultures, not that many Goliaths. I think if he just fights the Goliaths around this central part, I think he can take this fight, guys. I really do think that he can beat this army. He just needs to control properly here with these carriers while getting all of his economy back online. It's no simple task. And Light is going to try and run down these carriers as well with the Goliaths. Almost maxing out now. Light, he's going to be on the move here shortly. Retreating at the moment. He does want to maintain this 4th base because his main and natural are very close to mining out here. He cannot be affording to lose any bases at the moment. He has to keep this Goliath rally going and keep the pressure on these carriers. There we go. Gonna target down some more of these tanks. Tanks are going down en masse here. 3-4 tanks have been picked off already, but Zealots are kind of engaging before the majority of the tanks have been killed, and this seems like a desperation play here for BONYTH, where I really feel like he just needs to hold on and get the economy rolling here to where he can start to produce once again. He's going to take this fight here. Zealots jumping on top of the Goliaths is actually a pretty good trade, but we're running low on interceptors. We've got almost no interceptors here right now and no money to build anymore. I think that BONYTH may have just screwed the pooch here, taking that engagement before his economy was really truly back online, not really focusing on, you know, remaking probes here. Instead, he was more intent on actually fighting this army, and he's gonna end up losing a lot of Dragoons here. This is what I like to see, and what he should have been doing the whole time is just kiting backwards, you know, taking pot shots with the carriers, and he taps out here, but taking pot shots with the carriers, moving back to the Goliaths to the goons when the Goliaths come forward, and then when the tanks siege up within range of the goons, move back a little bit, hold position the goons, and come back in for some pokes, and just keep doing that all the way across the map. So Light has to, you know, suffer losses the entire time, and then eventually, by the time you get all the way across here, you should have enough rallies. You should have your economy back online to where you can actually, you know, produce more Zealots and everything. Being on 4 bases, right? We've got 4 base to 4 base here. That's okay for Protoss if you're going for carriers. It's not good if you're just like Gateway Man, or, you know, you're going Arbiter or something like that. You want to be ahead on bases at all times. But if you have carriers, you can take pretty good trades. You can actually take very good, very, very efficient trades if you do it right. And you should be able to fight back even against an even numbered bases for Terran. But Light takes down BONYTH here. I think he had some really great chances. There are a few little changes, and man, this game could have been his. We're going to jump into our next pro game between BONYTH and another Korean. It's coming right up. All right, our next Korean pro is SOULKEY, an amazing Zerg player. One of my favorite Zerg players of all time. He is fantastic. And at this matchup, An absolute god here going up against BONYTH. Should be a fun match. I haven't been spoiled for the results of any of these, so I'm hoping we can see a BONYTH win versus one of these Korean pros. I'm not going to hold out hope because for this match, because SOULKEY is just so strong. I think I rate him higher than Light even. Even though maybe that might be a controversial thing to say, I really feel like SOULKEY is at a crazy level in 2023, but we'll see what BONYTH can bring out. ZVP is a kind of wild matchup. It can be very difficult for Protoss, but there's a lot of things you have to take into account as Zerg here too. Can be quite a rough and swingy matchup, really. Like, things can go wrong so quickly in this matchup for both sides. If you miss one thing, if you miss a move out, if you aren't able to scout correctly, things can just spiral out of control insanely quick. And looky here, we've got SOULKEY. What was this? 10 hatch? Interesting. Or 11 hatch. 11 hatch it is. So there's the Overlord. 11 hatch out of SOULKEY. He's trying to throw down his 10 pool. Will get that down. Almost got blocked for a second time there by BONYTH. And what is going to be the follow-up here? Just pure drone. Will he get a gas, or is he going to go into a third base? I like this third base, personally. This one over here feels a little bit difficult to get to, and having the choke here is kind of nice. It's also a little bit more aggressive. You can rally Hydras across the map quite a bit quicker. But that's just me personally. I like that spot. We'll see what SOULKEY wants to do from this position. Looks like he's saving some larva for lings that are going to pop here. He saw the one zealot heading across the map, so he knows now that it's a gateway expansion for sure. And then Nexus just gets thrown down here in the natural. Third base is going to come up in the top left. Yeah, it seems like pros like this base a lot more. There must be a reason for it. I'm definitely not at the caliber of SOULKEY, so maybe I just take his take his word for it and just play this base here instead. It's probably better in some way. Just being farther away from the Protoss is generally considered pretty strong. Now, we're gonna get this around here. BONYTH has got a very nice position though. He's blocking at the back with the probe, and actually SOULKEY not bringing forward the drone. Oh my god, he gets a drone. Oh, that's huge. He didn't bring forward the lings. Like, you need to bring the lings up behind this and actually target down the probe, but the lings kind of wandered back and forth. Bit of miscontrol from SOULKEY so far. Oh, he gets another one. Whoa. Oh, that was not expected, guys. That was really not expected here. Pretty crazy that BONYTH was able to get 2 drones in this mineral line. That is insane. Most Protoss players, like Korean pros, not going to be able to get 2 drones from SOULKEY this early on, but BONYTH managed to do it. I wonder if it's just, you know, SOULKEY not taking him seriously, or if BONYTH is just that good. That's crazy to me. And are we going to get a layer? I don't see one. Oh, the probe is going to slip by. Oh my god, this is so good. SOULKEY actually playing kind of, I hate to say it, kind of bad right now. Allowing this probe to get in is hugely painful. And I think he's flustered, pretty darn flustered right now. He's thrown down an evolution chamber in the natural. It's hard to say what that's for. I guess he's going to go for a spore to hold off the Corsair that should be coming through. We don't have the Stargate yet, but he's going to drop it here beneath this Overlord. Looks like the probe went down without spawning the evolution chamber, so it's going to be a little confused here as to what's going on. We've got a Carapace coming up. That's a great upgrade to get when you're going for this build. You're going to throw down a spore here, get Carapace, and you're going to fight with lings for the most part. And try to fight as efficiently as possible, is what I'll say. Oh, no Stargate, actually. No Stargate at all. We've got a Citadel and 2 gateways. A 3rd gateway starts here. And BONYTH is going to pop out a Dragoon to deal with this Overlord. So Overlord here in the main is going to get killed. And he might not scout this. He might actually not scout this. BONYTH really needs to get over here and actually get rid of this. Okay, he is going to get over here. Getting rid of this Overlord is key. He hasn't built any extra cannons. So I think he's completely aware of what's going on. He realizes that I just need to stay on my wall and wait for this mass Zealot play to take effect. We're going straight for Singularity Charge as well. Oh my god, what is this build? Is this going to be like mass goon? Oh no, actually that does not work well. Why did we go for a Citadel? Why on earth did we go for a Citadel? I thought this was going to be mass Zealot plus some DTs mixed in. But we're going for legs. He's going to have some goons and he's going to have some Zealots. Okay, he's actually building Zealots now. We're going 5 gate, big Zealot timing pressure here. We're going to need a lot of sunken colonies and a whole lot of lings. Lair is on the way here. And SOULKEY catching up in those drones, but he's going to have to switch production pretty soon into actual units if he wants to hold off this attack. It's going to be coming through pretty darn soon here. This is an attack that I also struggle at dealing with. There's going to be 5 Zealots rallying at a time. As the army comes across the map, all the rallies will be reset here. Maybe he attacks over here and then rallies Zealots and just runs into the natural and main, but triple sunken. Wow, triple sunken here at both bases, excuse me. That is wild. So we got a lot of sunkens, and we're actually going to need a rally of Dragoons to break this, and he is going to rally 5 Dragoons. So not the Zealot rally that I was expecting. Maybe he parks out here and just kills the buildings at the front here as well. You can kill these buildings, and that can really slow down the Zerg player. If you can kill the 2 hatches, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt bad. Okay, he really needs to pull away from this. Pull away, pull away. Okay, he's actually going for it. I don't like this from BONYTH. I feel like this is not playing to his strength right now, but he's gonna try for it. Hitting the sunken colonies here, but he's losing a lot of his Dragoons. Dragoons are being focused down by the sunkens, and the Zealots are actually starting to die off as well. We got that armor done, so 3 hits is going to kill a Zergling, and still 1 sunken left over. Another emergency sunken going to come out. This seemed bad for me, to me, just in my opinion. I know that it's very high pressure, and you're not really sure what's going to happen as the actual player, but I feel like sitting out here at the front and killing these buildings while waiting for more rallies might have been a better choice here. There's just pure Ling being produced right now, and we're eventually going to get into Spire. When the Spire play comes, it's going to change the math quite a bit here. But now he's got no Zealots to actually fight with these Lings, so or to fight these Lings with, and the Dragoons are going to get surrounded. Oh no. No, this is tragic. See, if you sit here and wait for these 5 goons, they arrive, you kill all the buildings, and you have the Zealots to help you to fight the Lings. And then you can come over here, you can kill these buildings over here without taking any damage from the sunken colonies, and then your position is a lot better. Looks like he's going to be getting air weapons here. Does he actually have a Stargate? What? We don't even have a Stargate. Why are we getting air weapons? What are we doing that for, BONYTH? That's a little bit sus. Gonna come out here and snipe 1 low HP Dragoon. Gonna lose this hatchery potentially. But be careful though. Don't want to lose these goons. Zealots are gonna come out to fight. And goons just kind of running away here. Pretty good control by BONYTH. Is gonna be able to probably knock down this hatch. Okay, we've got enough mutas here now with the injured goons. He's gonna be able to pick them off. And that's rough. BONYTH is actually in a bad position now. This is looking more and more SOULKEY favored, but I think everything he did was really good, except for diving in with this attack. You see the triple sunken. I think you just take out these hatches, and then the mass Ling can never really get you because he's not going to have enough larvae to build the mass Ling. So A missed opportunity here for BONYTH. He's still going to play this one out, though. And definitely you should play this one out. There's no reason to leave this game yet. We need to get into cannons in the main. Oh, he's going double Stargate. Oh, my God. Double Stargate here. Huge reaction to the Mutalisk that's coming out. But a Lurker is on the way. So I don't know how this is going to go, guys. This is going to be rough for BONYTH, I think, though. Lurker's going to come out. Queen's Nest is coming up here. Some Defilers, or some DTs are out on the map. Yeah, this one right here. Looking around for some damage. Not going to find it. Everything's locked tight here for SOULKEY, who actually has a higher number of workers than the Protoss. Oh my God, BONYTH kind of messing up on his probe production. He's not producing any probes right now. I think he just wants to go all in. That's what it's feeling like to me right now. I think he's just going to have a huge number of Corsairs here. He's going to hit with like 6, 8 Corsair. Okay, he's going to try and run this down. He's got to try and run this down right now. He needs to catch on to these mutas. Great splitting by SOULKEY. Very, very good job there. Spreading out those mutas. He's going to head back home. He really needs to start Lurkers right now. Hydras are in production. Lurkers need to come here immediately. I don't see... Oh, no. I don't see a Robo, guys. Oh, uh-oh. BONYTH. Lurkers are in production. He is not going to be able to spot these at all. He's relying on one massive attack with a ton of Dragoons, a lot of Zealots, and of course these Corsairs to just wipe out the mutas. But he's not going to expect Lurkers here at the front. We may even hold position these Lurkers until the full engagement happens and then set them loose. No, he's just going to let them fight already, and BONYTH's going to know immediately that his plans have kind of been crushed here. Honestly, he's been a little bit outplayed strategically here by SOULKEY. And we've already got Lings over here to prevent a third base. If you're BONYTH and this attack doesn't work, you need a third base right now. You need that third base. He's gonna come flying in, kill a few Overlords. Barely supply blocking SOULKEY though, and he loses quite a few Corsairs for that. So really not the best situation here at all for BONYTH. He's not back at home with his units, so he's gonna lose his cannons and his Templar. Oh no, BONYTH's gonna lose both the Templar here at the front, and he's gonna lose his cannons as well. Everything running back home right now for BONYTH, but he doesn't have a fourth or a third base. He's running out of money, and honestly his probe count is pretty dismal. He needs to spend that cash here and add on some more gateways. 1,400. I don't know if he's like kind of mentally tapped out at this point, or if it's a broken replay. I don't think it's a broken replay, but BONYTH, I think he's like kind of lost the script here now, realizing that, man, this is not going the way that it was intended. Let's take a look at the upgrades here as well. 2-1, and we've got 2 already done here. 2 armor already done for SOULKEY. He's gonna come in and kill this Nexus. Nexus has to be canceled. Oh man, things are just going so badly right now. BONYTH, the moment he pulls away from the third base, he loses the Nexus, and then more links come into the natural, and they're just so powerful right now. I think they actually have crackling upgrade. I didn't see it in the bar, but I think crackling is actually done now. Yeah, it looks like... No, maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, a lot of links coming, a lot of Hydras and Lurkers as well, and there's not a big force here at the natural. Also, additionally, no Templar. We don't have a single Templar here, guys. Where are all the Templar? Oh my goodness, where is the Observer as well? We need Observer, we need Templar. None of those things are present. GG is called. BONYTH taps out. Wow, what a game there. So much to unpack, actually. But I think it all really comes back to this attack. With the first, like, 5 goons, and they had a ton of Zealots, he just ran in rather than recognizing that, oh, 3 Sunkens are here. He's on mass link. Killing the hatcheries is actually going to cripple him more than anything else. He needs larva to build up that ling count. He was only on 5 hatch. 5 hatch. And if you drop him down to 4 by killing this and then 3 by killing this, oh my, it just becomes so hard to build anything. Maybe eventually you can get into Muta. But again, you're just not going to have that many. And BONYTH, I mean, at that point, he could have secured another base. He could have, you know, rallied up more Dragoons to get to that critical mass where you've got just so many Dragoons that these sunken colonies don't even matter. You just target them down. But, yeah, he just kind of threw things away there. Oh, it's sad to see, man. I really think that BONYTH has some amazing skill. Some really amazing skill. We saw it showcased at the beginning of the game when he was able to take 2 drones away from SOULKEY in the early game, but some of the decision making, it's a bit questionable. He got taken down by SOULKEY in the long game, and I guess that's kind of what they say, right? Is if you are better than your opponent, if you have more skills than your opponent, the longer the game goes on, the higher chance you have of taking victory, because you'll be able to make better decisions. And your macro and mechanics will be able to shine a little bit more. Whereas in the early game, little micro things like that can screw you over. His micro is very advanced. He was able to, you know, fight the lings in a haphazard way and taking drones. But, you know, that doesn't translate into these late game decisions. And then it seems like in that case, in that scenario, late game decision scenario, it seems that SOULKEY is superior. But we've got another game here. Another Korean pro took on BONYTH on the ladder, so let's jump into that next game. Okay, next up we've got SOMA versus BONYTH. Now, SOMA, one of the more aggressive Zerg players, definitely SOULKEY, not in that same vein. He's more of a macro-centric type of guy. So Soma's definitely more adept at killing Protoss earlier on, taking control of the game and really bending it to his will. So we'll see how things pan out differently here. Seems like we're gonna go for a gateway here. Generally, you will scout with this right afterwards if you throw it on a pylon and you want to go for a forge. But I think this is what we're going to see. BONYTH throwing down a gateway. Seemed like he was very adept with that in the last game. So glad to see him going for it once again. It appears we're going to get maybe a 12 hatch here, maybe 11 hatch out of SOMA. He sees the probe coming, so he knows he won't be able to get a 12 hatch down, I don't think. Oh, it's going to be so close. Oh, it's just so close. He's just barely going to get it down. All right. Not bad there for SOMA. He does get the 12 hatch. It's going to be a little tricky when the first zealot arrives. If the probe gets any damage on these initial drones, it's going to be frustrating for SOMA, but he's going to try and block the spawning pool. Spawning pool does just come down over here, though. And the moving shot is brilliant right now from SOMA. However, juked by BONYTH. He gets out of that moving shot, and he's going to look for some damage. You need 2 hits from a probe and 2 hits from a zealot in order to get a kill. 3 hits is better because that way any healing that's done is not going to save the probe from those 2 hits of the zealot. And you can see here, not a lot of life left on that. He'll have to be looking for that specific drone when he comes in with the zealot here. The first zealot is about to arrive. Third base going to go up over here on the high ground. I actually misclicked there and somehow landed directly on this third base. That's kind of hilarious. Drone here trying to block. It's actually doing a pretty good job. It gets 2 hits. Probe could get these follow-up hits. Instead, gonna work together with this zealot here in the main base. Let's see. Lings are getting very close. About 75% of the way done here. He's gonna go in. I think he just made the extractor out of the damaged drone there. So now, running in behind these mineral patches. Gonna try the same trick again here against SOMA as he did versus SOULKEY. See if it ends up working out. He comes out. immediately. He's going to take this fight. Soma a little bit too quick, though. Ooh, really good surround there. He almost got the full surround and killed the Zealot immediately. But looks like he's going to be able to finish it off. Great micro control here by Soma, just making the drone spin out and dealing damage to that Zealot, stopping it from attacking. Really, really well done. So much better here from Soma than it was for SOULKEY. Surprisingly, I rate SOULKEY a bit higher than Soma, but his control, Soma's control is just crazy. He is incredibly good with that control. That's where he got his name, was in controlling his mutas. That's how he really built up a name for himself in a Broodwar, and now he's got the Lings out on the map. He's got full control. Zealots can't really leave right now, and Overlord's spotting everything. He knows what's going to be coming here. He sees no upgrade at the front. That's kind of a tell in and of itself. He just needs to get rid of this probe, and once he does, he'll be able to move into the next stages of tech. Of course, Lair is on the way, so that's been revealed at least here by BONYTH. BONYTH knows what's coming, but will he be able to react accordingly? It should be a Spire follow-up. Oh, a little bit of a mistake in the micro there for Soma. He should have been able to deal more damage to that probe, but hey, it is what it is. 3 Zealots heading across the map now. Do we have more Lings in production? 6 more Lings coming out. With these, I think 8 Lings that are here, that should be more than enough to deal with the Zealots. And Zealots are actually going to go right back home. So he saw that with the probes that more Lings were going to be popping. And wow, that is quite a few Lings. Let's take a look here. How many? Like 12 Lings? More than 12. I guess like, okay, this is a full group of 12. Where are the rest? Okay, just 12. 12 here. Looking around the map, that's more than enough to deal with 3 Zealots. So glad that BONYTH went home, but he actually hit this probe. Such a sneaky little spot here. You saw that someone was searching for that, but he didn't end up finding it, and having this probe here is going to give him the opportunity to run back into the main and get a little later scout here. That's pretty slick. A slick move here for sure from our buddy BONYTH. BONYTH has the full wall off here. He's got the +1 started now. Going for +1 air attack as well. So playing out much more kind of normal build order here in this game as opposed to what he did against SOULKEY. Gets in, he scouts. He does not see the Spire. No Spire here from Soma. Soma just going to rely purely on Hydra, which is a bit surprising considering how good he is with those mutas. Going to be relying purely on Hydra in this game to take on BONYTH. 5th hatch is ready. Ling's still sitting out here in the front. We should have Templar coming out soon. 3rd gas starting to be mined here, or 2nd gas starting to be mined here by Soma. And whether or not we see this 3rd gas is pretty indicative of what the type of play that Soma wants to go for. We should be watching this carefully. If he takes this, it's going to be a lurker play. If not, we'll probably end up seeing just mass Hydra. We should see another hatch being thrown down here in just a moment. It's really using up all of his minerals though at the right now, so 5 hatch Hydra might be okay for the moment. Coming in, actually attacking his own Hydralisk Den there for a second. Does not have range yet, but this is not a force that can actually challenge a Soma on the map. This is not enough. You gotta head home here, BONYTH. You can't actually take this fight. Getting a couple of free Lings there, but that's all he's going to get. Hydras are now out en masse. And we might actually need... Okay, we've got 3 cannons, so 3 cannons is enough. For sure. We're going to be able to hold on to our bases. Getting into a high number of the gateways now. 45 workers, pretty darn good at this point. Does need to go up to about 8 gateways. We're at 6 right now. So 2 more are in order. And then we can start to really pump up the gateway, the gateway units count, and try to push out, maybe take a third base here or here. Lurker is now on the way with that next gas. See, very indicative. Right as he starts that, this is a rule of thumb I tell to players that I'm trying to coach. And by the way, guys, I joined CPL recently. I forgot to announce that, but I joined CPL. I've been doing a little coaching, a little playing a little bit as well. Just getting excited to play Starcraft some more. Really, I'm looking forward to doing more streams as well in the future. And I mean, Starcraft has never really lost this luster to me as a viewer, but sometimes I get a little tired of playing, and now's not one of those times. I'm actually really excited to play more Starcraft at the moment, and just kind of continue to grow and get stronger, and maybe someday even compete in some of these tournaments that I'm now officially attending. It's pretty sweet. Don't expect me to be winning any tournaments here coming soon, but I'm a pretty hard worker, and I don't want to toot my own horn, but I think I'm pretty good at understanding this game. Definitely, there's more to be learned. There's always more to be learned in StarCraft, but yeah, I'd like to think that I'm pretty good at understanding what's going on in these games and what players need to do. It's just integrating it into my own play and really getting my mechanics up and stronger, and understanding the game a little bit more deeply from a Zerg perspective that I need to work on. And anyway, I'm way off on a tangent now. We've got a big army coming out from BONYTH, and a fourth base is on the way here with the Queen's Nest. Queen's Nest immediately upon taking this fourth base. I love it. This is exactly the playbook here for Zerg in this matchup. Is like, you get the third gas right as you start Lurker, and then as soon as you start this fourth base, you go ahead and start your Queen's Nest. Then you get into your hive, you pump out a round of drones, and then it's just massive units after that. So we should see some drones popping. There's 7 drones in production. He's going to immediately saturate this base and then go into full Hydralisk Lurker production here. Because you've got the Lurker done now, you can utilize most of your money just building Lurkers, and then the larva can go into drones to saturate this next base, and then you can switch back into Hydralisk production. So that's kind of an idea of like balancing the Zerg economy, the kind of ebb and flow there of how you're using your minerals and gas. He's going to spread out these Lurkers that he's just produced and prepare for this all-out assault that's coming from BONYTH. He's got 2 observers. That's going to be the linchpin of this attack. He needs those observers to stay alive. Okay, getting 2 Lurkers with these storms. Casting quite a few of them, though, before the main engagement happens. He really does need storms to take on the Hydralisk kind of mass here. There's so much army still left over, and I don't know how many storms we have left, but I don't think it's many. We've got 1 storm there. Great storm on the rally point here. Actually, that was a really big storm. Zealots need to go to the left side. Goons need to fight here in the center against the Lurkers. Zealots are doing a great job over here, and the Dragoons are cleaning up a lot of these Lurkers. Very good fighting so far from BONYTH. He really needs to hit this macro cycle, though, and he went back to hit that macro cycle at a perfect time. He's going to be able to keep most of these Dragoons alive, I hope, with the defensive storm here. No storms are available, so he does need to back away. Back away, back away. Okay, backing up, backing up. We do not want to lose these Dragoons. They are the main source of our damage. Zealots, of course, are great, but the Goons take longer. I think they take longer to build. They're definitely more expensive, and you really want to be rallying forward with Zealots. They're much faster units. Zealots and Templar are what you need to be building right now, and then keep the main core of Dragoons for fighting off the Lurkers a little bit later. Now, we're going to move forward once again here, taking a 4th base as well. This is becoming a really epic game at the moment. As we expand outwards and take more bases, it's going to get harder and harder to defend everything. So BONYTH really needs some cannons over here, but he's basically spending everything he has into his army count right now, and he's actually a little behind on probes at the moment, so his saturation's not the best. Really could use a few more probes here. He's gonna come in and poke once again. Dragoons do need to be careful. Some storms can be thrown down here. This is a very nice location to drop storms. But, you know, still got to be careful. If you run out of storms and the Zerg just starts piling through that area, you're going to get overwhelmed. Look at how much is available right now to SOMA, but somehow BONYTH's still ahead in supply by quite a bit. It's pretty even right now. I'd say we are, like, dead even. Look at all the upgrades on the production tab right now for SOMA. This is not the time when you want to be attacking as SOMA. This is a great opportunity for BONYTH to get some more probes out and also to really secure his positions here. Maybe even switch into Reaver Tech. He's going to be getting some shuttles out, so there's a potential for some shuttle drops here, some storm drops. That can switch the math up here. That can really change the game state and reduce the amount of economy that is available to SOMA, but I don't think it'll be a winning move here. Even if he wipes out one of these drone lines, we can pretty quickly reproduce those drones. We've got plenty of bases here, and we're going up into a 5th base as well. Coming through the center of the map now. The supplies are getting scarily close to each other at 170 to 162. SOMA is moving towards the north side, and he has an amazing line of lurkers. Oh my god, everything unburrowing here, and his entire army rushing forward. Great storms here on the left side, but the right side is just pure Hydra breaking through these Dragoons. He runs up and you know, drops all these lurkers underground, just rips this Protoss army apart. Wow, this is very well done by SOMA. You can just see the arc there of units spreading out and just consuming all of BONYTH's army. Do not want to be that spread out as the Protoss. You really want to force the Zerg units to concentrate up a bit more so that you can get the money storms that will end up clearing them out. Let me check the upgrades once again. We're only on 1-1. Ah, okay, that makes sense. We're 2-1 for the Hydras, and we're about to be... What is this going to be? 2 armor, 3 attack, and 1 attack here for Lings. So that's going to be a huge advantage. We're only about to get +2 attack for the Protoss ground here just now. So this is rough. This is very rough for BONYTH. We've got the dropship out now, but look at him. He's falling behind in his overall supply. He lost the backbone of the army, those Dragoons, and honestly they're not going to be that useful anymore anyway, because we do have the Dark Swarm out. He's going to go for a Plague. Big Plague should be coming down on a lot of these units. There we go. Big Plague on that. Big dick damage here, boys. Big dick damage. Oh my god. Another huge Plague on all these Zealots. Ouch. That is rough. Very rough. Gonna shove forward here, but all these badly injured Zealots, plagued Zealots here, are gonna get surrounded. Oh, this army is gonna go down. No, the last stand here of the Protoss army. Ire is about to fall. Huge waves of Lings and Hydras coming forward here and just destroying everything. This DT is doing a great job, but he will be picked off. Looks like here comes that drop. Couple of Zealots here. Reaver gets dropped into the main as well. He goes after the drones, gets a few, but guys, what are we actually worried about here? We've got 70 drones right now for our Zerg player, so he's not at all concerned with losing 3 drones at this point. Lings are just flooding in here, and the upgrade advantage is just a little bit too strong, guys. A little bit too strong. Look at that. 2 armor. And we've only got 2 attack for the... Or 1 attack. We've got 1 attack. What happened to the second attack upgrade? Did we cancel it or lose it? Or what happened there? Now it's going to come up. Being behind in upgrades... in terms of your Carapace... Like, the Carapace is higher than the... oh, God. That's a big shot. Very nice hit from that Reaver. But the Carapace... is actually ahead of your Protoss Psyblade upgrade. That's bad. That's very bad for these zealots. They're really gonna struggle killing off these lings, and the lings are gonna be dealing so much damage. I think they've got +1 right now, and if you get plague on the units as well, oh my goodness, are they gonna explode? Zealots just do not stand a chance at that point, and the 5th base has been shut down. So 4 bases here, still mining right now for BONYTH, but his chances are looking slim at this point. Can he actually get up here and get this base rolling, or is he just going to be surrounded and finished off at this point? I think we've got 1 Defiler there. He could go for this base. That's an easy kill, but instead he's going to surround and kill this army once again. We've got some good storms coming out, but another plague goes down, and we're out of storms now, with the lings just ravaging all of these units. Tries to run up on the high ground, but I think we've just about run out of time here. All the bases on the map have been taken by SOMA at this point, and he's going to be able to take center right as well, and oh man. BONYTH putting up a reasonable fight, but the writing's on the wall. SOMA's about to close this one out. Army movement coming forward here. Gonna get a plague on some of these units. SOMA just so scary, man. Just so scary at this position. 84 drones, by the way. He's got 100 supply of army, because 84 here is just pure drone. That's so much income. 1,600 resources in the bank. He's still keeping his money reasonably low here, spending a lot of that. He needs some more overlords. He's got 4 more in production, and GG is called. BONYTH taps out. SOMA takes that game away. All right, guys, this will be our last game for this deep dive here. Managed to find a game with BONYTH versus Free. This is a slightly older game, not in 2023, but still relevant to what we're looking at, and it's finally a PvP, which is a lot of what we're going to see, I think, in the LAN party tournament, the BSL LAN. A lot of PvP for sure, and his main competition, of course, DeWalt. That's a PvP matchup. So it'll be nice to get a little look-see here into how BONYTH plays out this PvP, what his skills are like, facing up against someone the caliber of Free. Very strong Protoss player. Not at the very highest level, you know, he's not a Snow, he's not a Best or anything like that. He's just a little ape Protoss player here. He's not quite that silverback status that Best has attained. And we'll see if BONYTH can take him down. Gateway here to start things off. Are we going to get a gas? Are we going to get 2 gate? Are we going to get a quick expansion? I don't think you can go no gas expansion as Protoss, can you? Maybe with cannon? I'm not sure about that. This is not my forte, this matchup. This is one of the reasons why I never wanted to play Protoss. I played Protoss a bit just to see what it was like, of course. But you just play so much PvP on the ladder, man. It is crazy how much PvP you have to play. So I ended up going with Zerg. The same problem with Terran. If you play Terran on the ladder, you have to play so much TVP, and I don't really like TVP. Playing Terran in TVP. I like playing Protoss in PvT. I mean, that's fun. That's a good time. But playing the other side here, playing PV or TVP or PvP, I don't really enjoy those matchups. I much prefer ZVP. ZVP is actually quite fun on both sides, I feel. So that's what I ended up going with. I ended up going with Zerg purely just because I like the matchup better. Anyway, the matchups that they have better. And look at this. Free's gone for double gate, and he doesn't have a gas, so he's just going to be producing zealots and trying to pressure. And BONYTH is cross map, so this is a great situation here for BONYTH. He's going to be able to see the zealots moving out here with a huge amount of time to, you know, throw out some more units. Oh, he spots the Citadel. The Citadel gets spotted here. Oh, that's a big problem right now for BONYTH. Seeing the Citadel, does he cancel? Does he cancel the Citadel? No, not going to cancel. He sees all the Zealots moving out. 5 Zealots coming across the map here. And BONYTH will have to react. He'll have to find a way to hold this off. What is he going to do? Maybe you build a shield battery here? Do you go shield battery? I guess he makes Zealot. No, Dragoon. He's making Dragoon. Pull the probes. How are you going to hold on against this, BONYTH? I'm very curious. He's supply block, but he finishes off that pylon just in time. He's going to go for Templar Archives. Back at home, I think we're going to see Forge. We should have a Forge here. Starts the... Oh, a pylon block. I love it. BONYTH getting creative here. Now he's going to hold this off. 1 Zealot here at the front. 2 Dragoons. Going to focus down that 1 Dragoon, or that 1 Zealot as best they can. Gets 1 Zealot. 1 Dragoon being focused. He's going to have to let these Zealots up now. No choice. Cannot continue to block here on the ramp. But 3 Dragoons out. That's going to be a lot of kiting power. He will be able to kite this. 1 Zealot going to go into the mineral line while the other 2 chase these Dragoons around. He needs to pull this back to actually stop this Zealot from getting too many kills here. Going to utilize the probes to fight a little bit. Don't want to lose too many probes, though, as I said. Losing quite a bit here. 22 probes to 18 now. Dragoon defense is stronger, but the amount of damage is pretty good. 17 to 22 now. So BONYTH really finding himself in a hard position, but this pylon is actually making a world of difference right now. Because he wasn't able to get his Nexus started right away. Great pull away, by the way. Nexus was not able to start. This Nexus is pretty darn late at this point, and he can come down. He can take his own Nexus. And we're sitting here with just cannons to defend. So actually, this puts BONYTH in a pretty sweet spot. Let's just break it down here. We cannot move out as Free right now. Free has no option to move out because of this DT. He cannot come out against this, and his Nexus is going to be later. So BONYTH can take this base, can pump out a ton of probes, and he could go into a robo here and maybe try to drop DTs into the base. If he drops DTs into the base and there's no cannon here, we could see Free just straight up lose this game. Like immediately just dead. Okay, he's going to start his own robotics, so maybe he can get observers out before that can happen. And I think he will be able to do so. Dragoons are now on the field for Free. I don't think he has range, though. I don't think he had money to get that yet. Neither player did. So now going to get range. BONYTH trying to catch up in those workers. But Free at still a pretty hefty advantage here. Nexus going to finish up first, though. So he can make up a few of those workers. If he can just continues to produce effectively and, you know, gets these, gets the natural Nexus working to produce those workers. We should see a, observatory coming down. So he is going to have observers before we can see those DTs shuttled into the main. What I'd like to see from BONYTH is maybe take another base right now. Actually, that seems a bit risky. I don't know if you can take another base. You probably need to add on more gateways here. Getting into Storm would be good. Maybe if you put cannons and Storm and, you know, take a base like this and put cannons with Storm. Cannon here and have Storm. Or maybe, like, you take another main. I don't know. I feel like you have to utilize your map control right now. You've got 100% map control. Free has no vision except for now this observer coming out on the map. He just doesn't know what you're doing. He really does not know what you're doing. So, you know, if you could get out there and maybe snag another base, like put like 3-4 cannons up here in a gateway and then build a Templar, that's really hard to break. That's very hard to break. And it's easier with Protoss than it is with something like with Zerg, you know? Zerg, it takes a million years to break up that, but like you're never going to get up that. But Protoss, I mean, Zealots can run up the ramp pretty quickly, and one storm not going to kill them all that fast. But it's going to be hard. BONYTH gets these DTs here into the main. We don't have an observer just yet. So maybe some probes can go down. One probe goes down. Not the greatest. Maybe he can kill a building or something here. He's going to split the DTs to try and find a location where there's no observer, where the observer can't catch on to him. He's going to hide the DT somewhere here. Perhaps hiding one in the top right-hand corner is good. He's delayed the mining a little bit here. Maybe he could try to slip down into the natural. Potentially. Looks like he's going to get caught. This DT can head in, though. This DT gonna head into the mineral line. Ooh, great blocking there. 1 kill. 2 kill. That's it. Those DTs really not getting a lot of damage here. But holding back Free for quite some time, not allowing him to go out on the map, is decent. Free actually way ahead and broke 10 probe advantage. I gotta say, BONYTH in all of these games has been struggling a bit to get his probes out. He's been struggling a bit to keep that consistent probe production, which is a real fundamental part of StarCraft, of course. He's gonna come out here. He has the Reaver. Reaver really changes the map. 2 Reavers, in fact. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of damage. So Reaver's taking some hits, but boom, everything just exploding here. The rallies are gonna come forward for Free as well. They're gonna get completely wiped out, and so many Dragoons are left. Maybe BONYTH can just take this win straight up now. He's gonna push over here towards the natural. The Reavers will take out all the cannons. This third base from Free is kind of ridiculous. You're not gonna be able to hold that. Unless he just does not attack that position. Now, 2 DTs are about to come out. We've got 1 observer. It's on the way across the map, but it's not here just yet. So maybe he can hold off and keep BONYTH out of his base. Here we go. Another couple shots here. Going to kill all the cannons, and he's breaking his way in to the natural. Here come the DTs. DT is going to come out. Oh, he actually gets some damage on this DT. Oh, he's going to lose the Reaver, though. Reaver almost goes down. Oh, the shuttle's still alive, though. Where is that observer? It's got to be almost here. There it is. Observer has arrived. So the moment the observer's here, he should be able to turn and kill both these DTs. Here we go. Going to kill that DT and that one as well. Gets the DT. He could get the observer as well. No, he's going to push in towards the natural. Can he get the win here? BONYTH going for the kill now. Looks like he will lose his shuttle. But with the shuttle going down, it's still going to be a very scary hold here for Free. 2 Reavers marching their way over here, kind of crawling into the natural. Can Free hold on? He's got almost nothing here. 5 Dragoons are in production, though. 2 Zealots as well. Nothing really being produced right now for BONYTH, so falling a little bit apart on his production at the moment. Only an observer coming out here, so maybe Free can hold this. I think Free can actually hold this. There's still 1 Reaver here, but it's not even pushing forward. He needs to actually get up here, move forward into a good position. Look at how many gateways Free has. He has so many gates right now that he can actually meet this army at this point. Oh, great shot there from the Reaver, pushing everything back once again. We've got another 5, 6 Dragoons now on the way. More army making its way forward here. I think BONYTH has just about got this. He does need another Reaver out here, and I don't see one right now. I do not see another Reaver, but his army is just a bit too strong at this point. He's going to shove forward here in towards the natural. It's pretty hard for Free to get on top of this army. Another great shot there from the Reaver, dealing a lot of damage to these Zealots. Zealots are being cleaned up. Dragoon number is falling, though, for BONYTH. He's got still more than Free, but rallies are going to come out here much, much quicker for Free, and he doesn't know about the third. Oh my god, he has no idea about that third, and the cannons are going to finish. Oh man, if you ran up this ramp and killed the cannons, he could, like, you wouldn't be able to defend. You have to come from this angle. All the BONYTH goons would be on this high ground, and he could just win here, I think. Like, he would be able to kill this third. Oh, that's so unfortunate. That's just so unfortunate here for BONYTH. He didn't send anything to look for a third base, just assuming that his opponent didn't have one. And he really does not have the gateway count right now. He's adding on 2 more. But look at what we've got. We've got 4 gateways here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gates on the side of Free, and those 7 gates have been up for quite some time. He's actually caught up on workers, so that's one good thing going for BONYTH right now. But I would say this game is dead even at this point. Dead even. Do we have any upgrade advantage here? I don't think so. Oh, wait. Oh my goodness. Actually, hold on a second. 0-0 for BONYTH, and now 2-0 here for Free. That's not good. 2 upgrade advantage right now for a Korean Protoss player. And man, I really thought that BONYTH was going to win this game, but now I'm not so sure. I was hoping that we would get a win. I haven't seen the result of any of these games, but I was really hoping we could get a win in this series. These were all sent to me, and I picked them up because they are Korean pros playing against these BSL, the Thailand event players. But we were lucky enough to get a DeWalt win in our last video. We might not get a BONYTH win here, though. That's pretty rough. Here we go. BONYTH moving forward. Some DTs mixed in here, but there is an observer. 2 Reavers do drop, jumping right on top of those Reavers. He's got to target down the Zealots to get as much damage out as he can. Looks like he loses the shuttle there. No Reavers here for Free, but with that upgrade advantage, he's kind of wrecking here. Finally, the last Reaver does go down, but just straight up Dragoon versus Dragoon. Free Dragoons are going to do way more damage. Just way more damage. It looks like we did finish up +1 at least, so just 1 upgrade advantage, but he's going to go into +3 now. Right on into +3. And that went about as even as can be, right? 4 Dragons are going to head home for Free. 2 Dragoons are going to head home for BONYTH. And BONYTH thinking about taking a 4th base here, but he's behind the curve right now. Free's already got his 4th base nearly complete. BONYTH just not ready for that. There's exactly even supply, exactly even workers. Well, not exactly, but 1 worker deficit here for BONYTH, which really does not make a difference. This is about as tight as it can get, guys. Just 1 upgrade advantage. And Free, actually, you know what? I think he's way ahead now with this number. Like, he's got, what is this, 5 Templar? So during all that fighting, because the fighting was happening on BONYTH's side of the map and Free was going to win that fight, he was able to, during all that, just build pure Templar. Pure Templar. And he's had this 3rd gas for a lot longer because that was his 3rd base rather than the 3rd out here in the front. And I think that BONYTH's got to be scratching his head right now. Like, how are you able to get such a big army together? Because he doesn't know about this, right? He has no idea. He must suspect at this point, like, oh, you must have another base somewhere. But Free is just doing a little bit better job of scouting. He sees what BONYTH is doing. He's going to send some army over here to deny this base. BONYTH's going to be a little bit too slow to stop that. And meanwhile, Free... Oh, I thought he was putting a Nexus up here, but no, just a pylon. Reaver going to come forward, push everything back. BONYTH needs to take this base, though, man. He is behind right now, behind the 8 ball. Free just kind of running away with things. Even though everything was completely even, the decision-making here from Free has been a little bit greedier. And I think that's just because BONYTH doesn't know about the space, right? He just doesn't know. I'm pretty sure that's correct. He the whole time he was attacking here into the natural, he was thinking, oh yeah, I've got you on 2 bases. I'm already getting my 3rd. I'm feeling so good. But that whole time, Free was building up probes at that location. And then as soon as he pushed BONYTH away, he immediately went for... Oh, look at this. He could get some Templar here. 1 Templar, big kill there. But the Storm just ravaging the army. He really needs to target down. Target some of these Templar. Looks like he gets 1 of them, but a big Storm comes down on a lot of this army. Another great Storm there on all these Zealots. Archons are being shoved back. We have an army advantage here for BONYTH. Can he actually push forward and punish here? There are some cannons on high ground. Pushing up this ramp is not going to be fun. We have 1 Reaver, though, and that can change the math. Running forward, he's going to get the shot. Oh, that Archon's so clutch. Running forward and taking down the shuttle was a big play. There's another nice Storm there. Very, very nice Storm to finish off a lot of these goons. And that is it. BONYTH just doesn't have what it takes to break in here. GG is called. BONYTH taps out. And Free takes that win. Man, I wonder if we can find some better BONYTH games here. Some BONYTH games where he wins against his Korean pros, because I feel like he really had a good chance of winning each and every one of these games. Seriously, all the games that we've seen today have been potential wins for BONYTH, but just tiny little misplays, errors, lapses in judgment. They've all been just a little bit off. And, you know, I don't know if that's because of lag. You know, BONYTH is actually very far away from Korea. Maybe some things can come down to lag, right? Like, maybe we can forgive him for, you know, making some micro errors or, you know, miscontrolling his shuttle just due to lag. I don't know, though. I don't know. I didn't see any complaining about lag from either player. Actually, not much chit-chat between these guys at all. But yeah, BONYTH, he seems like he had some really good plays. He had a very good early game throughout this series, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him in this tournament, just see what he can bring out against these other foreign players. If he can play this good in the early game against Korean pros, like, how are you going to be able to take him out as a foreign professional player? If he takes an advantage in the early game, it's going to be very, very difficult. So, interested to see how that goes. Guys, this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm really looking forward to seeing you all in the stream coming up here for the BSL. I'll be announcing those dates here as they come up. It's going to be December 9th, but I'll be posting about the stream, so just keep your eyes open. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.